Hey guys, what is going on? This is CardinalBird5, and today I'm going to give you guys my top 10 starting at relievers and closers. So we're going to do each position. Today we're just going to do relievers and closers, and I'm going to give you my top 10. We're going to start at number 10 and move our way up to number 1. Starting at number 10 is, in my opinion, Roberto Osuna. Again, this is based all on my opinion. There's a lot of good relievers out there, and there's also a couple I didn't try, so I'll give them honorable mention after the video. But starting at number 10, we have Roberto Osuna. Has really good hits, or good hits per nine, solid per nines across the board. He can throw, 95, 96. He also has probably one of my favorite breaking balls in the game, if not, the slurve. It's probably my favorite breaking ball in the game. He also throws a really, really good changeup, really slow, really good break. I think this is a solid, affordable reliever too. So he's only an 85 overall, but he gets the job done, and he made the top 10 for me. At number 9, we have Joe Nathan, the prime flashback closer for the Minnesota Twins, 98 overall. Now, based off his overall rating, you'd think he'd be higher, but some people might argue he doesn't even belong in the top 10. I think it's just a fact he has a really easy delivery to pick up, and none of his pitches, they're all good, but none of them are like just super amazing. This card kind of reminds me of the Wainwright. I just don't think his curveball is as good as the Wainwright. His changeup's also not as slow. That being said, you can't deny the fact this guy has probably the best per nines. One reason he's a 98 overall. His fastball can be thrown up to 96, 97. And for me personally, he helped me win 20 games in BR alone. So I think he belongs in the top 10. He's not a really common card in DD at the moment. I think he will become more popular as we move on here towards the later days in the summer here, and the season's winding down. I think we'll see this card more and more as it's becoming cheaper on the market. But I just think for the pitch repertoire and the per nines he has to be in the top 10 for me. At number 8, I have the closer, not for the Yankees anymore, with the Indians. On the game though, he's still with the Yankees, and you got to put him in the top 10. This is probably the best left-handed specialist in the game. Like, he's amazing at getting lefties out. He struggles a little bit against righties. If you guys watch my review on him, he can get righties out, however. But I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but he does have 99 break on his slider and 2-seam. Doesn't have that changeup, but he usually has maxed out per nines depending on inside edge. Has really good walks per nine, really good control. So it's just a real easy pitcher to use. Whether you're using meter, pulse, classic, analog, whatever, it's real easy to spot his pitches. He can throw mid to high 90s. And again, 99 break slider, you can't deny that. The guy gets the job done. There's nothing else you can ask for out of a left-handed reliever, and that's why I had to put him in my top 10, and he comes in at number 8. Coming in at number 7 is the closer for the Baltimore Orioles, which I think he deserves an upgrade in my opinion. I gave him the slight edge over Andrew Miller. They are two very, very similar pitchers, with the exception that Zach Britton has a sinker as well as the 2-seam and 4-seam, and I believe that sinker can be utilized a little bit better against right-handed hitters, whereas Andrew Miller, it's kind of hard to throw that 2-seamer in on the hands, get a lot of weak ground outs and whatnot. So I had to give Zach Britton the edge here. I feel like this is a guy, you mainly want to stick to lefties, but if you need him to get a couple righties out, he can do so as well. His per nines are not quite as good as Andrew Miller, but when he's pulling up, they're in the 90s anyways, and he has really good control as well, similar to Andrew Miller. So that's why I gave him the slight edge over Andrew Miller. Coming in at number 6 is Dellin Betances for the New York Yankees. Now, if he still had his knuckle curve, I would not put him in the top 10. However, since he did get his slurve back, again, one of my favorite pitches in the game, I believe he is now a top 10 pitcher once again. I think he was probably the best right-handed reliever last year. This year, though, I'd put him at number 6. Again, he has maxed out per nines, except today's like today where he's playing down, -6. Control can be somewhat of an issue, and just pitch repertoire could be an issue sometimes versus lefties because he doesn't have that changeup. He has everything breaking in towards left-handed batters. That being said, this guy just totally eats up right-handed batters, and you can jam left-handed batters for the most part with that cutter. But you can't just deny the attributes this guy possesses and the pitches he has. And he has 99 break on his cutter as well, so probably the best cutter in the game. And Dellin Betances comes in at number 6. Coming in at number 5 is the postseason flashback, Adam Wainwright, St. Louis Cardinals. Now, I had to include him in the top 10. I know this guy, a lot of players might not like him. I've used him and I like him. I think he is similar again to Joe Nathan. He has the per-9s. He's just good in everything. He doesn't, blow the fastball by you. He can top out at 96, 97. Has a really good curveball though, really good slider. All of his pitches are good. His changeup is really slow. It's almost 15 to 16 mile an hour slower than his fastball. His curveball is really slow too, 73 miles an hour. Has a really good break. I think 90 break to his curveball, and his slider is really good as well. So he has 4 good pitches. Most relievers do not have that. So similar to Joe Nathan, I had to put him in there, top 10. He's got the per-9s as well. Plus, he has really good fielding, something that's kind of overlooked sometimes for these pitchers. But I had to put him in the top 10, and he comes in at number 5. Coming in at number 4 is Kelvin Herrera. Now, he's actually a reliever. He was a closer there for a little bit, but he moved back to reliever, so his rating went back to an 85 gold. Once again, it is extremely difficult to be a diamond as a reliever, so don't let the 85 overall fool you. I still think this is one of the best pitchers in the game, relievers / closers. His per-9s are there. Like today, he has 99 K per 9. His hits per 9 is 85, and when he's playing up, it's in the 90s. His control, it can be somewhat of an issue, but this guy's amazing. Just for the fact he has 5 pitches, they all have a purpose. They all move in and out, up and down, whatever. They all feed off one another. And all 5 pitches can be used against, right-handed batters or left-handed batters to get outs. So, and I think 3 of his pitches has 80 plus break. Plus, this guy can throw 100 miles an hour, so that helps a lot too. I find him very easy to use. He has a super fluid delivery. So I definitely had to put him in my top 5. So he comes in at number 4 for me. Coming in at number 3 on my list is the rookie flashback, Kenley Jansen. Now keep in mind, guys, if we have some flashbacks, we're not even gonna mess with the live series. So if I didn't have rookie Kenley Jansen, I probably would have the live series Jansen in my top 10 somewhere. But since we have the rookie at number 3, we're not even gonna mess with the other one. But Kenley Jansen, the rookie flashback, comes in at number 3 for me. Again, I love the 5 pitches. I love all the options. The difference between him and Herrera is Kenley Jansen has that cutter rather than a 2-seamer, and I really like the cutter. I'd give it a slight edge over the 2-seam fastball. But his cutter has 99 break. His slider has really good break. This card is actually really, really similar to the live series, except for the fact he has 2 additional pitches, and that is the changeup and the curveball. And, I would take 2 extra pitches any day of the week, especially for a reliever. That's amazing. You have a lot of options to get hitters out. Plus, he has maxed out per-9s that is never going to be changed or messed with inside edge. So, for him being a flashback, that's really great news. He comes in at number 3 for me, and I actually think this is the best right-handed reliever in the game to me as of right now. Coming in at number 2 on our list is Aroldis Chapman. Now, I'm using the rookie flashback. The live series is the exact same, but I give the rookie flashback a slight edge due to the fact he doesn't have to worry about inside edge. Why would you want to worry about inside edge when his hits per 9, K per 9 is already maxed out? Yeah, you might get a slight boost to walks per 9, but I'd rather just deal with that and always have that guaranteed 99 hits per 9, K per 9. So he comes in at number 2 for me. I wanted to put him at number 1. It was really close between the top 2 pitchers. However, I put him at number 2. I think he was probably the best reliever last year. So he just gets the job done, guys. I mean, he can throw 100. He releases the ball really late. Got a funky delivery. The ball's coming at you really fast, and plus he has such long arms. He releases it closer to the plate, anyways. Just very tough to pick up, and you pretty much have to set on a pitch to hit him. It's really hard to set fastball and then pick up slider, changeup. And the reason I loved using this pitcher is not only can he just destroy lefties, it's not even a chance. He eats up righties as well. Like if you throw that changeup or slider, whatever. I'm like, you don't have to mix up your pitches that well, man. This guy is just phenomenal. He only has 3 pitches, but that's really all he needs. So I think we don't need to say anything more about Aroldis Chapman. I think everybody realizes he is dang good in the game. So he comes in at number 2 for me. And coming in at number 1, I decided to go with a closer, legend pitcher, Billy Wagner of the Houston Astros. Now, again, there's two versions. There's the Mets and the Astros. Both are really, really good, but I'm not going to include, two of the same players in the top 10. So I went with the Astros, mainly because he throws a little bit harder. He throws about 1 mile an hour harder with his fastball, and his per nines, hits per nine, and K per nine are a little bit better. Now, the Mets per nine has better control, better walks per nine. This is the Billy Wagner I prefer. You have to obtain him in Conquest. Similar to Chapman, he can get lefties and righties out, and he has a super smooth delivery as well. Now, the reason I give him a slight edge over Chapman is because he has 4 pitches. And not that the having a two-seamer is that big of a deal, but that two-seamer can help you a lot against lefties and on the hands. It can also help you roll over right-handed batters. I mean, there's just a little bit more you can do with this guy. And I'm just a big, big fan. I'm really glad they brought him in the game this year. And I think he's a little bit easier to control than Chapman too. So that's one of the main things for me why I gave him the #1 spot over Chapman. He has 19 more walks per nine. And just overall has a little bit better control. But, I mean, he has some of the nastiest stuff in the game, and it's not too bad to control. So, I put him at #1. Let me know what you guys think. I'm sure there's going to be disagreements out there. Also, let me mention a few other honorable mentions. I have not tried out the Goose Gossage. I really wanted to try out the Yankees Goose Gossage. I never got a chance to use him, though. I know he throws a slurve. I think he can throw 96, 97. There's also some really other good relievers out there, of course. I'm sure you guys in the comments will have some disagreements, but let me know what your guys' top 10 is. And just keep it respectful. That's all I ask, guys. I mean, we're all going to disagree with one another. But again, let me know what you guys think of my list. Hope you enjoyed the video. Again, we're going to do this for each position. Next, we're going to do starting pitchers, and then we're going to move our way around the diamond, probably starting at catchers or first baseman. So make sure to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching the video, guys. This is Cardinal Bird 5 signing out. Peace.